The Mitsubishi Pajero Sport, it's not as big as the actual Pajero, but it's not as small as the Mitsubishi Outlander either. It's still quite a large SUV, and it comes in 5 or 7 seats. I'm driving the Pajero Sport Exceed, which is a 7-seat version, and it is the top of the range. It competes with cars like the Ford Everest and Toyota Fortuner, and I drove it with my family for 7 days to see how it performed. It's no secret this car is big. I mean, I just have to stand next to it and you can see how high it is, but it's stylish. Living up to its name, it looks quite sporty, and the curved lines on the quarters means it looks much less rugged than its big sister, the Pajero. Plus it comes standard with a rear spoiler on the back, which helps it look like it's about to take off. This Exceed model has leather seats and a leather steering wheel, and it doesn't feel like an empty cabin in here. Even though this is the top spec, it's not super swish. They've definitely focused on function over form, and it doesn't feel like you'll climb in here from the outdoors with wet boots and like you're going to ruin everything. It's made for durability. It's got 2 cup holders in the front, but there's no place to pop your keys or your phone, which always makes me feel a bit awkward. It's like, where am I supposed to put this? There is a center storage bin that is not as big as you would think for a car this size, but there are bottle holders in each door. Lots of people drive a Pajero Sport because they know they'll be spending a lot of time off-road. It's a proper four-wheel drive, so you'll get a lot of use out of it if that is your purpose. I didn't travel anywhere these summer holidays, so I didn't take it off-road. I just did my usual route between lots of Sydney beaches, and it doesn't feel overly enormous the way some of the competition does. You can still turn quite easily, there's a little bit of heaviness to it, but it's not, it doesn't feel huge while you're driving, which I think is a good thing. It's not super quick off the mark, but once it gets going, it's quite good. And it's fairly average with fuel consumption. It uses about 8 litres per 100 k's. Yes, it's large to park on suburban roads, but again, it's not oversized. So it's not going to give you a major arm workout every time you are trying to squeeze into tight parks. There's a reverse parking camera, and there's also a 360-degree camera, which I find super helpful so you know where you are in space. You're also really high on the road, and I found that really helpful getting out of my driveway this week. Space in the front is great. There is lots of leg and headroom, and even the taller members of my family didn't complain at all. It feels nice and breezy in here. My 2 children aged 5 and 7 had heaps of space in the back seat. They were super happy to climb in and swing around all week, and there was enough space between them that I could actually fit a 3rd baby seat in here. I did it with 2 booster seats and a baby capsule. In the back seat, you will also get air vents, super necessary for really hot days like I drove it on this week, and 2 cup holders in the center armrest. Around at the boot, with all seats in use, this boot is quite small. With the back row up, the boot is a great size. You can fit prams, sporting equipment, groceries, pretty much anything you need. The boot is fairly high off the ground, so watch yourself when you are picking stuff up to load. You can reach in and pull the back seats up from here, but you'll have to go around to the door and get the seats in place properly. Sitting in the 3rd row is fine for me, but I'm 161 centimetres and I'll fit pretty much anywhere. Taller adults and teenagers might find it a bit squishy. Pop them in the 2nd row. Rear passengers though will get their own air vents, plus there are 2 cup holders back here. Safety is great in the Pajero Sport Exceed model. Being the top of the range, everything is included. So you'll get auto emergency braking, lane departure alerts, adaptive cruise control. That's all part of the package. You'll also get airbags for driver and front passenger, plus side curtain airbags that extend to the back row. And ISOFIX points for kids' car seats are on the outer two of the middle row. You'll get 3 top tether points in the middle row as well for kids' car seats, but none in the back row. The tech in here is exactly what you want it to be. It's got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which means you just plug in your phone and you're instantly connected to the touchscreen. You can use voice control to make calls and send texts. It's just exactly what you want out of technology for 2019. Plus, it's got a really good sound system. I turned the sound up way too loud when I was in here by myself this week. All in all, I found the Mitsubishi Pajero Sport Exceed to be a very decent 7-seat SUV. You would definitely have it on your look list if you're after a proper four-wheel drive, and at around $55,000, it's pretty good value. It's got good interior space, advanced safety features, it drives really well, and it looks stylish. I gave it a family rating of 7.5 out of 10. My children also gave it a 7.5. They loved having to use the step to climb in and out. Like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or click through to our website.